Good morning. This is CHELY's Choices. Our group members are Erina, Larry, Haley, Yasmin, and Chris. And today we're going to be going over the Titanic machine learning project. In this competition, we were given two data sets that contain passenger information like name, age, gender, socioeconomic status, etc. The business understanding and purpose of this project was to create a predictive analysis to determine based on passenger known attributes whether the passenger would survive or not. We're given two sets of CSV files, and the first CSV contained 891 passengers, and the second data set contained about 481 passengers. We were given independent variables such as ticket class, sex, age, number of siblings, spouses aboard, number of parents, ticket number, port of embarkation, passenger fare, and we're also given some other information such as name and cabin information and where the passenger was staying. These values were irrelevant to us and they weren't really necessary in determining a survival rate, so we proceeded to remove it. In the next slide, this is how we were able to remove it. We were able to filter based on what we wanted to actually use. So you can see on the left, we took out name and cabin, and then on the right, we kept all the attributes that we thought would make sense on keeping and predicting who would survive. Larry.
To prepare the data, for data preparation, we took our numerical data types and changed them to categorical data types. We also replaced missing data, the missing values, with the median value in the data set. This was in the age category. In order to do this, we had to manipulate the data. We used a tool called Edit Metadata, which allowed us to do a column selector and choose what data we wanted to use. We would run it, check the results, and then either add or subtract depending on what happened with the accuracy and precision. We had to adjust for the missing values, like I mentioned, with the clean missing data tool. For model building, we had to choose a modeling technique. There were several options like two-class neural network, which created a binary classifier using a neural network algorithm, two-class logistic regression, which creates a two-class logistic regression model, and the two-class decision forest created a two-class classification model using the decision forest algorithm. This regression model consists of an embezzlement of an ensemble of decision trees. Each tree in the regression decision forest outputs a Gaussian distribution as a prediction. We found we could increase the accuracy by splitting the data. We chose a 80-20 split, which so we would run it, test it, and decide what to do. This, when we were evaluating, we evaluated for the accuracy, which was mainly based on true positives and true negatives, and the precision, which was a combination of the false positives and false negatives, along with true positive and true negatives. This was our final model. We noticed that going into the scored data set, you could visualize what our analysis ran. And if you see where our scored labels, scored probabilities showed someone on the age of 35, and it's not in here. Okay, predictive model of visualize. Our final score ended up being 77 on the Kaggle website. Jasmine?
After creating this model, we found that there are different ways we can utilize this model in the future. For example, insurance companies can use it to determine different rates provide for their companies based on their attributes. Producers can use it to determine the success of a new movie. They can determine who they want to cast based on their attributes. And learning this project, we learned that a small amount of data manipulation can make a big impact. One thing that helped us is it's easier to clean data, so that way you're not organizing the data throughout the project and it's clean from the beginning. Making too many changes at once can get confusing and can slow down the project. We did run into some obstacles. There were several ways to do this project, so we learned that through doing the testing and evaluation, we were able to manipulate the data and see which yielded the highest results. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.